H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, where we broadcasting all over this world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And by the way, I'm on the West Coast right now broadcasting in a different place. I hope you can hear me pretty good. I tried to test it early, and I hope the thing it is transmitting out to y'all. First of all, let me share the show. Hold on. Let me share the show right now. Let me look and see if it's shareable. Because I don't see. Wait a minute. Where is my? Hold up. Let me find my comments. Yeah, comments. Ain't nobody came on the comments yet. Okay. I'm wait. Okay, there go Eric Harrison. Okay, I see. Let me see what I was about to do. What I said I was going. Oh, share the show. Hold on. Let me share the show because I want to. You can't. I can't. I want to share it to my personal page, just like y'all do. I want to. I want to do the exact same things that I asked everybody else to do, and I'm gonna share it to my groups. Got a couple of groups that I'm cool with, and they allow me to share. I just shared that. I'm gonna go to Facebook, and I'm gonna go and just share it with my Twitter on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, that's how I do. That's how I'm go. Wait a minute, I just heard myself. Okay. All right, I'm not bad. I'm not bad. He said, share the show, ready to go. Hey, y'all, what happened? Who? Wait a minute. Who was smart enough to pick all the favorites in the bracket? I wasn't. You know, who was smart enough? Shout out. Hold on, let me shout out to Eric Harrison, Brandon Wheatfall, Sterling Creeks, Eric Boone. Which one of y'all was smart enough to have all four top seeds in your bracket? And that's almost unheard of because a lot of people don't do that. I never did it. Last time it happened, all four seeds made it to the Final Four was in 2008. Memphis played in that one. Memphis State. Wait a minute. Yeah, Memphis played in that one. Um, but I forgot who else played in it. I knew. I think somebody gonna tell me in a minute. But I was just thinking about something. I just want to share with y'all. Share the show, everybody. Um, I Stuff been on my heart. I got some summer basketball stuff I want to talk about. Uh, Grassroots basketball I want to talk about. But I want y'all to. I'm getting tired of. I'm getting tired of talking about this stuff. I'm just wondering when it's a time we're gonna do something about it. But before I get there, y'all, it's fun being a Houston basketball fan right now. You got to realize the Rockets are winning, second place in the West. The Houston Cougars that I've been talking about. Eric said he just didn't even think about it. But Eric, I was trying to, a couple weeks ago, Eric, might have been last week. I just didn't want. I kept wondering why people don't talk about U of H on this show. And but I text one of the support staff uh, last night, and just because I remember years ago, he and I were sitting up there talking. Y'all got to remember, U of H wasn't just that attractive. It's not, they winning. They number one seed, and some people are here, and y'all don't talk about them. At least Freightman said go Cougs. But I was just thinking about when I sit back, he said with North Carolina, Kansas, UCLA. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I was just thinking about something. Thinking about something. Y'all know how I am. I sit back thinking, these people doing all this winning. And I remember I used to be up there. See, I could sit on the bench if I wanted to. It was so it was so bad in the beginning. Could sit anywhere. The first Memphis game, the first time they played Memphis, uh, 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 that's I'm right downtown or right around from the fire station. Both fire trucks just came by. But I was just thinking about, man, I was front row. I was had my foot on the wood. I was sitting courtside. And now those tickets are popular. Everybody want them. Everybody want them. I don't get a chance to go to the games right now because these last few years, because of I was calling the games for TSU. So, um, but I was just sitting here thinking, Mr. Bo, right? This team is that good. We got the fans got what they wanted in the Final Four. We got the best teams in the country meeting up in San Antonio to get it on. I'm excited about it. I can't wait for this weekend. Um, but I got a question from y'all. What matchup do you want to see in the finals? Put it up on the screen. What matchup? And it don't matter to me now. It's what you want. It's not me. What matchup do you want to see, Jeremy Davis? What matchup? Yo, I was at some friends' house here over the weekend when the Florida game was on, and a lot of them weren't familiar with Florida. And I was just sitting there. Florida was down by 10. And I sit there and told them, I promise you. I mean, I wish one of them was watching right now. I said and told them, I said, look, watch number one. Number one is going to bring this team back. I said, number one in white and Walter Clayton Jr. Y'all, it's like soon as I said it, y'all didn't see. I know them people were looking at me like, because I didn't know them that good. I didn't know all the people. I was just in, place where everybody was watching games, and I just told them. And it seems like soon as I said it, Eric Harrison, soon as I said it, the boy, balling, bam, 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 bam. Ladies and gentlemen, what I've learned, people can talk about all the stuff that you do in the regular season. You know how y'all talk about James Harden? He don't do nothing, and then the playoffs he just deliver. Some people can't, but some people can. And that Walter Clay, that young fella from Duke, I mean from not from Duke, from I like Duke too, but that young fella for Florida, oh my goodness, uh, you want to see Florida versus Houston. You don't get that? Wait a minute. You want to see Florida? Okay, okay, okay. You want to see Florida versus Houston? Uh, I didn't want Auburn to win either. I really didn't. But wait a minute, who did they play? I had to get back. You know, y'all sometimes they played against Tennessee, and I can't stand Rick Barnes. Y'all, you know what, dog? Y'all, sports, the only thing that can do me like that. I did not want. Um, I did not want Tennessee. Wait a minute. I'm glad Houston took care of Tennessee, but I did not want Izzo to win. But I didn't want Bruce Pearl to win. You follow me? Mate said, let me see, Florida versus Houston. Thank you, Matt. Houston versus Auburn. Florida. The country really is showing respect for Houston. Love the segment on TNT did on the team. I didn't see it because I've been traveling. I didn't see it. I got to check it out. I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna check it out. Alfio, what's up, baby? Alfio, who you got in the finals? Who y'all want to see in the finals? I want to know. I just Status Moody said, Auburn. Yo, you know what I was thinking about? Auburn. I was thinking about Auburn. I was thinking, uh, people telling me they want to see Duke in Florida. I said, heck no. Uh, you know what making me think about something? Y'all remember that plane ride to Houston? Auburn players got fought on the plane. Maybe some more teams need to fight on the plane. Alpha, yo, hold up. Let me go back. Let me go back. I got it in my notes. Uh, 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 fight on the plane. Fight on plane. I probably didn't put it like that. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. This 11-11. I got it in my notes, y'all. 11-11. The two Auburn players involved in an incident on the plane last night were a pair of reserves, Jakee Howard and senior Jaheim Hudson. Neither traveled with the team in Houston. Now, this going back, y'all. I'm going back on the second flight, which arrived last night. Auburn faces Houston. Then I wrote, imagine your own team getting into a fight so bad that the plane got to make an emergency landing. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go back and look into see do I find those kids' name in the game the other night. Have they played? Are they still in the box score? Let me see. Well, he don't play but 2, 4, 6, 8. Neither one of those guys played. I wonder when the last time they played. I got the Cubes in San Antonio going that the Hughes. I got the Cougs, Houston, and San Antonio going down. I don't understand what you mean. I don't even want to talk about Kim Mulkey again. I talked enough about her, Kevin Freeman. I don't even want to talk about her. The women, NCAA late time, yeah, them women look good, man. Them girls look good. Uh, After yo, I don't know what you mean. The Cougs who gonna beat them? I don't understand what you mean, y'all. I don't understand what you mean, After yo. Let me get back to business. But I thought about that, y'all. Y'all forgot about that, didn't you? Auburn had when they came to play U of H. Auburn had two players fighting on the plane. They had to turn the plane back, drop their butt off, and come back to Houston and beat Houston pretty bad, right? But got another thing. Y'all talk to me now. You said, you got to win it. Oh, okay. Me too. Me too. I think I said that last week, didn't I? I said that last week. Somebody, yeah, I did. I know freight. Yeah, I think I said that last week. Uh, he said, I got another question for you. What do y'all think about an age limit in college basketball? Somebody said it something. Somebody brought it to my attention. They said they saw a tweet on it. I got a question. Boom, boom, room. Share the show. If y'all don't want to talk, share the show. So I can get somebody to talk. I need somebody talking to me today. What do y'all think about the age limit in college? In other words, man, the age limit stops here. No more 26, 27, 28 year olds should be playing in college no more. What y'all think about it? Somebody said. Paul Miranda, what's going on, Doc? What do you think about the age limit in college basketball? What you think about an age limit? Would you propose an age limit? What you think? Michael Garcia, Final Four tickets are almost as expensive AAU tournament. Man, everything is expensive, man. Don't go. If your ass don't have it, don't go. How about I tell everybody? If something that I like Beyonce concert tickets, I will not ever go. I wouldn't pay $1,500 to go see nobody. Nobody. D. Holcomb said the age limit is 24. Okay, okay. I like that. Okay. 24, 25. What? Stellar Creek's okay. I got you. He said, I think it should be an age limit. Some of these dudes who are, the reason I'm saying that, Bruce Pearl trying to get Chad Baker Mazzara to stay in school. The man, I think, almost 26. Y'all, we all know the difference between an 18-year-old body and a 22-year-old body to a 24-year-old body. And you're coming into your manhood in your prime at 26, 27, 28 as actually a man playing against kids that are 17 and 18 years old. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Age limit. What? They've been playing against great express. No, 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 no. No, no, no. In college basketball, man, which is 4 years, kids have not, 18-year-old kids have not, Paul Miranda, you're line sacker, whatever. 18-year-old kids have not been playing against 26 and 27-year-olds. The hell you talking about? Age limit, what? They playing against grade exception all these days. No. 18 versus 26 or 27 years old. 18 and 28, 27 is a long way. Paul Miranda, the hell you talking about? Is that too much? Your 18-year-old boy got to compete with a 26-year-old dude. Do y'all understand the body changes? Of course they're gonna cap it for everybody. I said college basketball. I ain't talking about European versus you got to cap. Your ass should be 27, 28 years old in college. Bruce Pearl is trying to get Chad Baker Mazzara to come back and play another year. The man already 26. Now he ain't that cold to me. He was cold as hell to me at first. Now he ain't that cold. Now he ain't that cold. 18 and 26 years. 18 and 26 years. That's 8 years, Paul Morales. 8. He just turned 20. That's 8 years. Let me repeat, because somebody can't count. That's 8 years. 8. I'm not talking about kids playing against kids. I'm talking about men, man. Some dude, just you know what? Your comprehension just sometimes. I'm talking. Do you remember yourself at 18? And do you remember yourself at 27, 26? I think sometimes you just want to just. We ain't talking about no thon maker. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Hey, students, student athletes. I know why a lot of y'all, when y'all get to college and y'all put in a lot of different situations, I know over the last few years, I'm I'm really, really understanding what y'all be going through and the grown ups y'all be around early in your life. Uh, but if your institution is banning DEI or shuttering black student unions, it's 100+ HBCUs that will welcome you with open arms. Go where you're celebrated and not just tolerated. I've been saying this forever. The University of Michigan will end its diversity. I've put in a call to Charles Woodson anti-law, asking what they ass gonna do about it. See, unlike y'all, if people call themselves in relationship with me, I don't care who you are. I'm calling you to the carpet. But the University of Michigan will end its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative campus wide, the president said in the email. So my black student athletes, should they refuse to play for any school who does this, and watch how quickly this stuff get resolved. Michigan got their ass whooped, but what if those black athletes on Michigan team last week had just shut it down? Said, no, we ain't playing. Y'all got beat anyway. Y'all know what? There's some things happened to me this week before I got on the plane to come out of town. Had a great trip. Oh my God. Saw my grandson, saw some great friends. I mean, just amazing. I was on the golf course. Met a new friend on the golf course, older gentleman, played golf at a higher level, way higher level than I did. Uh, he just loved to come out there and teach people. Okay. Y'all help me with this. Y'all walk me through this. I need y'all help, Jock. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jock. But Jock, I just want to put that on your mind, Jock. Because Jock, we are the ones that should raise these athletes to be aware of this kind of stuff. Jock, we got the Jock. I'm telling you right now, my son went to play. Went to play. Shit. Scottie Pippen's son quit and went into the portal before the game. I'm going in the portal. Y'all practice what I preach. Out of all the schools that were recruiting my son, Jock, one team had a black head coach and a black associate head coach. One team. And Ricky Scott, that's the team. That's the school that we went to. Because y'all need to share this show because a lot of people need to hear this. Because I groomed him to make good decisions. Right now, he probably think he made those decisions. I know you're telling people, yeah, I groomed him. What grooming means is put him in positions to see certain things. And just over the time, this is what we're looking for, son, when you're picking a college. I told him in the ninth grade, when I dropped him off in the ninth grade, y'all, I dropped him off and said, you got 2 million minutes, young fella, until you graduate from high school. 2 million minutes from this forward. What you do in these 2 million minutes determine where you're going to do the rest of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, use percentage points from being valedictorian, salutatorian. He went and took care of his business. All state, all city, top ranked basketball player. You can have it all if you want it. I want our kids to just think you more than an athlete. So then he went to college. He said the same 2 million minutes in college. So, ladies and gentlemen, he went up there and took care of his business in the classroom and on the floor. Go and look at, Google him and go to Cornell. He's in their record books. You go to the business school, you got a plaque up there on the wall of something that he did. Ladies and gentlemen, our kids, we have to groom our kids. You can't sit up, you're going here, you're going here. No, I ain't never tell him that. Never tell him where he was going. I'll never forget when Columbia called, because Cornell was dragging their feet. Parents, y'all check this out. Kevin Freitman knows the story. Cornell was dragging their feet. They was talking to me, they wasn't talking to him. So he felt some type of way, and his mama felt some type of way, right? I ain't call him, tell him nothing. Because I wanted him to go to Ivy League, y'all. And all them other colleges, I don't want to hear what y'all saying. I needed another Ivy League to bite. Columbia called and said, can you come on an official visit? I didn't go on the trip. I sent him and his mom. They went on the trip. During the trip, they sitting right back. Y'all need to share this show because y'all gonna need this. Somebody gonna need this. They sit right behind Cornell bench. I mean, Columbia bench. Doing warm-ups. The game hadn't started. The associate head coach picked up the phone and called me while the game was about to come on, saying, don't do nothing, man, don't do nothing. See, what they were doing, they was waiting on this dude that wound up going to USC. I think with Jordan McLaughlin. They was waiting to see what he was going to do, right? He a pro now. I ain't mad at him for waiting, but we wasn't going to wait. Wait a minute, let me give me a drink of water on that one. I don't mind that coach is waiting. I wasn't going to wait on them. Since he'd been in the sixth grade, I wanted my son to go to the Ivy League. I wanted my daughter to go to HBCU. She went there. So y'all, I went to PWI. My son went to Cornell, Ivy League. My daughter went to HBCU, TSU. And she doing real well, by the way. But I sit back. The coach called me. Don't do nothing. Don't make no decisions. Don't make no decisions. I said, man, y'all ain't called him. What can we get him up here? So I called her mama and my son. Said, look, be ready to go Cornell on your next trip. They finna send for both of y'all. I don't have to go. I already know. Y'all, think about this. I'm not on this trip. So guess what? If you was a thinking man, you would have said, if the dad ain't on this trip, I didn't want him to go there. I wanted to go where, Ricky Scott? Y'all better talk back to me. I want him to go where I said, what? They had a black head coach and a black associate head coach. Columbia didn't have that. Coach Fobb, Columbia didn't have that. You gonna play the recruiting game with me, coach? Robert Hatter gonna play, and I'm just giving y'all game. Robert Hatter gonna play the recruiting game with you. So I know that's your tribal partner, that's your arch rival. They been want Robert. I didn't want Robert to go there because I wanted what? The black head coach and the black associate head coach. Next thing you know, him and the mama went up there, and Robert made a press conference with. They did a press conference with Mo Elrod with high school hopefuls. Go online, you can see it. Uh, and he chose Cornell over Columbia. But he think, see, y'all got to quit just telling these kids too smart. You better groom them to know that black athletes, you should refuse to play for any school who take down the end of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives on campus wide. What they saying, they don't care about your black ass. That's what they saying. And nobody look like you. We want you to play for us, make us money. We're going to give you a little money, and that's it. See, what y'all don't understand, that's why we have to keep drawing on our memory. Trump has called the black athletes son of SOBs, call a black congresswoman a crazy, low IQ, nasty women, calling women nasty, fat pigs, dogs, slobs, disgusting animals. He called black nations, go back to your shithole countries. He called black prosecutors rabid animals. He called the vice president a dummy, a degenerate, a grossly incompetent. He called a black president the founder of ISIS, ignorant and a catastrophe. And they round here get mad at Jasmine Crockett for calling that dude up in Texas, up in Austin, Hot Wheels, Kevin Freeman's favorite thing. They trying to censor her for calling Governor Abbott Hot Wheels. Ladies and gentlemen, keep trying to tell us about our power we have. The power of choice, the power. I got so many phone calls this weekend talking about how terrible summer basketball is and these tournaments are. And Doug, don't you know I'm getting weary? I'm getting weary fighting y'all's fight because y'all have people mad at me. But I'm sitting up when people fight me and I'm fighting for you. God, don't just sit there and be quiet with y'all scare asses. But you want to text me, but y'all don't want. If I was these event operators, I would never change either. If you keep coming and you keep sending your kids to these programs, what reason would they have to change? Doug Jones? Bob? What reason would I have to change? What reason? I saw a tweet. Saw a tweet. Saw a tweet. Young kid named Sincere Harris. She had a show. He had this tweet, not them. He said to all college basketball fans, y'all don't know what goes on inside the basketball programs on why players are leaving. It's not all about the money or anything. And then Dane Danger up at the top said, literally. Do anybody know what that means? Any college player, ask your son. I ain't got no son. You got a son at home. He said to all college basketball fans, y'all don't know what goes on inside the basketball program and why players are leaving. It's not about money or anything. So what is it about? Doug, what is it about? He said some parents are getting smart and holding the programs accountable. I heard and talked to a few parents, asked programs, how much do y'all practice and develop? I missed something that far. How much do y'all practice and develop? A college basketball program, if you got the question whether how much they practice and develop, some about that question just is so shallow to me. And I don't know. Uh, I don't know. Some about that. It wasn't about the team schedule. It was about the development and teaching. Bob, think about that question. That's weak. I didn't ask that because I didn't depend. How much do y'all practice and develop? A coach going, what's a good answer, parent? I don't. That's a weak ass question. I ain't gonna lie. You might find it profound. You got to make me understand why you put that up there. That's not that a profound of thing to say of a parent. How much do y'all develop a practice? I don't think there's a college program out there and a coach hired ain't trying to develop and practice and get another job for his team to win. I don't now in high school, but in college, you waste your time asking a college coach that he gonna say a whole lot and get your ass on out the door. I mean, is it just me? Oh, you can't type it all. But I'm just saying. Oh, you talking about? Oh, gotcha. Okay, I thought you was talking about college program. Okay. Gotcha. See, I thought you was talking about. I was talking about college programs. Man. I got you. I got you. Oh, well, big coach said practice 3 times a week, 69 Monday through Thursday. Mamas and dads, could I help you? If you depending on a summer basketball team to develop your kid at practice, you're failing him. If you depend on big coach, you should have other things going on. If your son want to be a basketball player, if your son want to be a top-notch basketball player, a team practice, you're going to get better at team things. Individual development, you're going to get down in the grassroots of individual so your son can be better on that team. All you doing is sending him to practice with big coach, with the rest of them players. Y'all, I promise you, I used to love for my son to go to John Lucas and work out. And my son couldn't stand it. And then I asked him, I said, "Man, I don't want to go there." I said, "Why?" "You don't get enough reps." He said, "Dad, we got 15 people in line every damn time. How in the hell am I going to get better? Could you get in the gym with me so I can get up all the shots?" I used to laugh. I said, "Boy, you're a selfish little son." He said, "Dad, I'm trying to. Sometimes in basketball, you told me you have to be selfish. See, you got to watch what you tell these boys. They don't throw it back up there at you. Man, I'm sitting there listening to him the other day. I'm talking to him the other day. He telling me people the stuff that I done told him. And I'm like, I kind of like that. Y'all follow me? When I tell you stuff, y'all ain't no experience. See, the reason I talk about my experience with my son, because I didn't did it. I don't have to talk about what nobody else's son has done, because mine has done it. I'm telling you our story. I'm not telling you Kevin Frakeman's story. I can tell you my story. I can tell you the coach telling me, "Man, well, we can do this, we can do this. Please don't sign with Columbia." Because it was gonna make him look like a butthole. But they playing games. And now those two coaches, I got them on speed dial. And my son went there 2013. It's 10 years later. Where the coach now, wherever he is in school, just last week, he called at Amherst College, he called my son to get to get my intern for one of his players. Y'all gonna miss that one. Y'all gonna miss that one. The relationship he garnered with Marlon Sears at Columbia, at Cornell. Now, 10 years later, Marlon Sears calling my coach. Marlon Sears, my son was 18 years old when he went to college. 30 years old now. Now he's in my son's position to help his coach out and said, "Look, kid can come and intern for me." Boy, somebody gonna get that one. Somebody go get that one. Somebody go get it. I have to tell y'all these stories because I want you to use these things and apply them to our next generation. What's my favorite word? I don't want to be a generational thief. That's 10 years ago. So it's a whole new generation out here. Parents need to hear this. And y'all won't share the show. And y'all, some broke my heart the other day. And I'm going to share it with y'all. Show y'all something. Uh-huh. Yes. Yeah, you get a lot done in 3 hours. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if you got a group of kids in there, I promise you, the kid got that ain't enough, big coach. All of this you talking about is still not enough if you want to play. You want to be able to play. I don't care what y'all getting it done in 3 hours. But remember I told y'all I was on the golf course talking to a young man, talking to this older gentleman, and we sit up talking. And he said something to me. He said, man, you have a great spirit. I love being around people like you. Watch this, Trey Phillips. Y'all watch this. Y'all watch this. Y'all remember I told you about a dude watch this show, but he don't let it known he be on the show, but he watch it. And he was out there too. When the man said that, watch this, y'all. Y'all help me with it. The man said to Robert Hatter, man, you got a great, I just met the guy, just met him. He said, man, you got a great spirit. Love being around people like you. Do you know another dude used to be in this basketball community came over there and heard, you love his spirit? Y'all watch this. Well, you need to watch his show. I wasn't telling the man I was on no show. Me and the man connected through golf. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't, I don't want to, I mean, I should, but the man said to my face, you, you love his spirit. Well, you must ain't seen his show. He used it as a negative right in front of my face. But he gave me the man said, what show? He said, Robert, you didn't tell me you had no show. The man went and watched the show. Him and his wife are retired, and they love the show. What they do for bad, God turned it into good. He called himself Slick Hayden in my face. But got, he broadened our Facebook family, our YouTube family, our boom, boom, boom. He brought the Chop Shop family a little bit more by being a hater. And the reason, see, y'all got to help me with stuff like this now. Y'all got to listen to this. Listen to this. Then he asks another person, the same guy, asks another person, Man, do you still watch the Chop Shop? Somebody help me out and tell me what y'all think about that. Because sometimes I might just be, you know, you know, somebody talk to me. What that sound like to y'all? Where my women at? Where my women at? Where Sonya? Where Mindy? Where? Because you guys, y'all hate, y'all hate, y'all. That's the way y'all are. So I don't expect for y'all to say something. But I sit back and say, wow, wow, wow. Brandon, I ain't never did none of this, Negro. It's funny, man. It's funny. Yeah, yo, I told y'all about the time. Oh, you haters. I'm just helping y'all out now. Because y'all really helping other people out. This guy he came to visit us. You know, he wanted to sign with my firm. So he went to Denver and went to meet that agent. Then he came to Houston and met with me. He met with my firm. He met with us and said, dude, I'm finna sign with you right now. I said, what? He said, no, man. He said, man, we just sit up here and talk 2 hours. And you ain't talk negative about no agent and nobody in the business. When I went up there, that's all they was doing is talking about you. I couldn't wait to get off the plane so I could sign with you. That guy talking negative increased the chop shop by some. Y'all better quit all this hating on people. Because I'm just telling you. So let me go back. Because Paul Miranda wanted to bring PSA to all the parents in the state of Texas. Duncanville, Coach Peavy resigned. We talked about that last week. We talked about that last week. But we didn't talk about his replacement was Coach Ford, which was so seamless, who subbed for him. Yes. It's really not news, but we'll talk about it. You follow me? But let me keep going. So I watched Paige Beckers score 40 points on Oklahoma in a Sweet 16 game. But when I asked, when you ask why she doesn't get the publicity and fawning over and the praises like Caitlin Clark, they said that many respondents say she just wasn't as good. Ain't not now one of y'all came on here and said nothing about Caitlin Clark. I mean, Paige Beckers hitting that volley. One person came on here and said it. The women's basketball game is good. Last year, y'all was talking. Y'all was talking about Caitlin Clark. Tell me what is it? Because I'm finna read some stuff and I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. I don't know if I want to go there yet, but I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. Y'all talk to me. I just need people to talk to me, other than Paul Moran. Because Paul Moran, he talk. He talk. So I saw something the other day. Saw something last night that just grabbed this little heart and just held it. When you see things like this, uh, ladies and gentlemen, when I see something like this, I go back to remember. I get a phone call. Uh, I get a phone call. Keep posting, man. I got you back. When I see stuff like this, they putting the marquee player. Yo, we got a marquee player on here from our hometown. Hey, before I'm on here, LJ Cryer is mentioned is mentioned with Cooper Flag, Walter Clayton, and Janai Broom. Ladies and gentlemen, a gentleman called me a few years back asking me, man, I want you to look out for this kid, man. I want you to take a look at him. I want you to look out for him. I think it was in 10th, 11th grade. I said, okay, okay. Fell in love with the kid the first time I went to see him. First time I ever seen him play, I went to Dallas and saw him play. Okay. Then I followed. I don't think I missed too many high school games. I was at his senior night, Morton Ranch. Uh, Only player ever that I sit in on a home visit from their coaches. Only player ever. I've been asked again, but that's too much responsibility. He said, my brother used to try to tell me about LJ when he was in the 10th grade. Um, First time ever I sit in on a home visit uh, with a basketball player, other than my son, or it's this young man right here. Uh, Seeing him go through Baylor, uh, watching the things that happened to him in Baylor. I haven't liked Baylor University since then. Because all you have to do is tell people the truth. Oh, you don't play when you tell this man, dad, one thing, do it. Because he that kind of man. That young fella right there in that corner, you can't take this away from him. Can't take this away from Houston. All the basketball, 353 teams, 1,500 players. It's four that's leading their teams. And he's one of them. Y'all don't, y'all, maybe y'all, because it ain't y'all son. Okay, okay. Y'all hear what I'm talking about? Hatter, what do you think about Janai Broom? You think he can transfer? Well, he gonna have to. That's a good one. He's gonna have to. Aaron Wilford. If the way he plays and the way his body is, and he's so big and he can shoot, he can move, he can pass, he can play. I could say he can play. I ain't saying he's no star, but he'll have a great opportunity to play in the NBA because he's so under control. He ain't a hairy, he big, uh, he can rebound. It's gonna be always a place for a dude that can rebound. That's a good question. But back to this young kid, y'all got to realize, ain't but one basketball player on this marquee right here that's leading their team. That's from Houston. Marquee, he the marquee. That's the name they putting up there. This CBS, this NCAA. This what they sent me. Y'all know how proud I am about somebody else's son. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Y'all gotta understand this. Golly, it's crazy. L.J. Cryer from Houston, Texas, is in the Final Four again. Back then, as a player coming off the bench as a freshman, and now coming back as the man on the team. That don't happen too much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling y'all, that don't happen too much. That don't happen. That don't happen too much. Kid from when the last time that happened? Somebody help. When the last time that happened? I'm talking about in Houston. Final Four. One of our kids was the marquee guy. Somebody help me. Man, in that McDonald game, man, if you've been watching the McDonald highlights, yo, that Darius Akoff, that Michael Brown, you bet y'all remember that guy, Michael Brown, I was telling y'all about when I saw in Vegas. Hey man, I don't know what them dudes gonna do in this game. I hope they don't get all of those stupid all-star type stuff in the game. But in them practices, I'm glad they showed some footage, but I got some people that was in the practice saying, oh my goodness, these dudes playing. But let me go. Let me go. Let me get the grassroots. Let me get a little grassroots. I always go grassroots in the second hour because I want to talk about these portal coaches. I want to talk about coaches in the portal. I want to talk about that. But I might, uh, um, before I go there, I want to talk about the the combination of Houston players development and portal evaluation. I saw this and why they are the model program in college basketball right now and continue to be elite year in and year out. When a great player leaves, either a young guy step up into a larger role or they make a great addition. The backcourt of Cryer, Sharp, Uzane has been unreal this year. Shout out to the guards before them who created the foundation and paved the way. Shout out to Damon Dotson, Galen Robinson, Rob Gray, Amani Brooks, Corey Davis, Quentin Grimes, Dejan Giroux, Marcus Sasser, Jamal Shedd, and also honorable mention to Gerard Stigers, Samson first year, Kyler Edwards, and Taz Moore, only there for a year. They give a half a credit to Tremont Marks and Caleb Mills, but they left two of the three rotation players to transfer out in 10 years for Sampson. That's right. Sampson came in when Robert came in. That's right. Golly. That's right. When he went off to college. Y'all think about this kind of stuff, y'all. If they can keep Cooper Flag, hey y'all, hey, where all you people that talking about Cooper Flag wasn't that good? Where all of them people at? Y'all know we used to have some people come on here, y'all arguing with me when where all you people talking about Cooper Flag? Ain't that good? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Y'all need to share this show. Where my Cooper Flag haters? It's all right. It's a safe place. I'm not gonna mess with you. Where all my Cooper Flag people at? Of the Cooper Flag haters. All I said was, hey y'all, this boy he just competes. Right here, who he gonna be like? I don't know nobody who he gonna look like. Shit, he remind me of Kawhi Leonard. You said nobody, no way. They came on this show saying that. Bob, where you been? Freight, no. I know a couple of them. They ain't on the show right now. I know a couple of them off my head, telling me this boy ain't this, he ain't this, he ain't this, he. But you know what? They're gonna be right mighty quiet right now. Cause I went out there, I said, man, I love Cooper Flag. I was talking about him so much right around here. Yeah, y'all thought I had went crazy around here. But let me keep going. I saw Stan Van Gundy speaking on youth basketball the other day. You have, he said, you have to make decisions. King Six was one of them. There he is. He one of them. He didn't just pop his ass up there. King Stick was one of them. Right there. That was one of them. This dude right here. I remember. He was one of them. Hey, come on, baby. King Six was one of them. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Here he comes, Lord. Here he comes. Here he come, y'all. What's up, baby? What you doing? Uh, King Sticks was one of them. Huh? Okay. Okay. Can I finish? You gonna let me finish? Come here. Come here right quick. Come here. Come here. Tell everybody say hey. Come on. Tell everybody hey. Say hey. Say hey, everybody. Say hey, everybody. Say hey. All right. Go in there with mommy. Go in there with mommy. I'm gonna come get you. Okay? You gonna go with mommy? Okay? Go with mama. I'm gonna come and get you. Let me play a little I got something for y'all. Watch this. I got something for yeah, I know he gonna be hot. Let's see. Let's see.
You can ask it again.
How satisfying given what Malik went through the last 24 hours to see
Talk about that dog. I mean, Malik is one of the most underappreciated players on the team, most underrated players in the country. So we definitely appreciate all the little things he did, and I'm glad he had a moment like that to hit a big shot for us because he does all the small things that people don't really talk about, like getting rebounds, loose balls, block shots. So, he's a big piece of our team, and he stepped up big for us today.
Go ahead, folks.
You can ask it again.
How satisfying given what Malik went through the last 24 hours to see
Talk about that dog. I mean, Malik is one of the most underappreciated players on the team, most underrated players in the country. So we definitely appreciate all the little things he did, and I'm glad he had a moment like that to hit a big shot for us because he does all the small things that people don't really talk about, like getting rebounds, loose balls, block shots. So, he's a big piece of our team, and he stepped up big for us today.
Go ahead, folks.
I had to play that, y'all. I'm sorry, but they came to see me. Yeah, I'm back in LA, and my son, my grandson, Y'all, I had so much fun with that boy yesterday, over this weekend, man. He is amazing. We went for a long, long, long walk yesterday. Walked through downtown and walked to the Staples Center. It was a hockey game, but he was getting tired, so I was going to take him to the hockey game. I think San Jose played against uh, San Jose played. Hold on, let me tell my daughter something right quick. That'll help out. Hold on 1 second. Let me play something else that I wanted to play for y'all. I'm gonna help her out. Let me see if I want to play this. Hold on. Y'all know how I am. That's black people over the years. I just wanted to show how we looked over the years. But let me get back. Cause I'm ready. Y'all here and looking through the grass door here and they're looking at me. It's crazy. But Stan Van Gundy, Stan Van Gundy. Let's see. Uh, I told y'all King Sticks was one of them people that said flag wasn't that good. He was one. Uh, but Stan Van Gundy, he said, you have to make a decision. It's grassroots basketball. Do you want to teach kids you're coaching how to play basketball, or do you want to win games? Because there's a big difference. Y'all following this, parents? Send this to your friends. Send this to your friends. See, if you a coach and got these young teams, please let the big kids handle the ball too, and not just your son. Did you hear what I just said? Please let the big kids handle the ball too, and not just your son. Let me. I'm going to repeat that again. Please let the big kids handle the ball too, and not just your son. Y'all got to understand. I was on a daddy ball team one time. The worst damn experience I've ever had in my entire life. But guess what? Didn't last long. I got the hell away from. I never forget my bed. I told my son, we ain't playing on that team no more. This little boy went in and folded up that uniform and the little practice uniform and put it in a bag. They had gave that little old Houston hoop bag when he was young and put it by the door. He said, Dad, take them their stuff back. But he said the same way Samson got a plan for Shire has a plan would be, oh yeah, it's going to be a good matchup. Great matchup. Great matchup. But see, I don't like y'all when y'all just tell the young kids to just go stand under the basket. Do y'all want to help build basketball players, or you just want to tell somebody, man, I won the 5 and under. I got the best 7 under team in the world. I got the best 8 and under team in the world. There's a lot of y'all out there. I'm watching y'all. I'm watching y'all. Some of y'all. And when I start seeing y'all's posts, I'm gonna start blocking y'all off my. I'm delete y'all off my page. Don't just tell them the babies to stand up under the basket. My thing, I keep y'all. I'm consistent with my development thing. Do you want to help build basketball players, or you just want to tell somebody you won your youth league? He said, heard foolery about Cooper Flag shows how it really knows ball. You know what? You got to understand, Ace. I ain't mad at him, Ace. Johnny Arnett, I ain't mad at people who don't say that about Chris Flag. Uh, Some people might not just don't like his game, don't like it. But I saw something in him, man, at the Peach Jam, at another game. I saw him in Vegas. And then I'm going to tell you what got me. When the general manager started calling me and telling me, see, y'all, King Stick ain't got a team to put nobody on. But when the general manager, whose job it is to look, when they said, Rob, he the real deal. He the real deal. That's why I like Cooper Flag. I mean, I saw him myself. I really didn't need them to tell me that. But all they did is confirm what I got, what was going on. And then, let me show you something. Let me go here. Let me tell y'all something. All you people, I saw this and I want to share it with you, just in case you didn't see it. It's my words, but I love them. I didn't write the words. I got it. And somebody said you can have all the NIL you want, the coolest shoes, the coolest sweats, and also the nicest cars to drive. But if you don't have real player development, players that get the 50-50 balls, players that get over being frustrated, a team that forgives quickly, you're not winning. You're not winning. You're not winning. AAU and social media are lying to you. It only matters that, listen, it only matters that they're the top fifth grader if the fifth grade domination is your ultimate goal. I like that one. If not, that's what you want to be, the best fifth grade team. It only matters that you're the top eighth grader if the eighth grade domination is, maybe that's your ultimate goal. But the sooner we teach our athletes to set a goal, nothing less than reaching that goal, to put their head down, their blinders on, and get to work, the sooner our athletes will quit playing the comparison game. Oh my God. Somebody just said, yes, he tore somebody's behind. Man, y'all, ain't nobody got to tell me about Coop Flag. The first time I saw him, I said, whoa, he keeps coming at you. And he got that big ass Malawi. Let me tell y'all something. We talk about Knipple and Kip Cooper Flag. Malawi had Alabama scared to shoot the ball. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Who that played against Texas Tech? Man, Texas Tech. Hold on. I got to go find. Who is that played? See, y'all done made me switch back off. That's what I love about y'all. Y'all, who that beats Texas Tech, man? Hold on. Florida. All that, man, let me tell you something. I used to didn't understand what them coaches was talking about and the folks were talking about, but I understand length a lot more. Length, Length. Understand length a lot now. Johnny, on that. Length, man, that boy Toppin had been shooting that little old left-hand jump hook over everybody. Over U of H and everybody. Them big ass dudes at Florida said, no, come here, boo boo. Get that little shit. Man, he was throwing that thing everywhere. I said, wow. Will Clayton Jr., I already told you the story. Hey, John Arnett, watch this. John Arnett. I'm sitting at some friends of my house. I'm out here on the West Coast. They don't know too much about Florida. They don't, they was enjoying the game because I was in there watching, right? They came in there and, you know, they were behind. Uh, Florida was behind. They told me, how come you ain't cheering for Texas and you live in Texas? I said, I don't like Lubbock, so I can't ever cheer for Texas Tech. He said, well, boy, Robert, they don't look good for me. They down 10. John Arnett, I said, you see that number one right there? They called him the Stephon Curry of college. Guess what? Watch him go to work. Y'all almost, Johnny, as soon as I said it, bam, bam. I said, wow, bam, bam. I said, man, y'all, when you got a dude like that, 6 points, 10 points, and we got a guy like LJ Crowder that can hit bucket after bucket after bucket. See, y'all, everybody can hit bucket after bucket after bucket. It take a special, you can hit a bucket, then you go down, miss for two of them, two or three of them, then you come out. Them dudes that can hit bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket. Man, I ain't never seen nobody do Texas Tech like that. Texas Tech beat us at home, beat U of H at home. But let me keep going. Hold up though. Walter Clayton Jr. Bob, tell him what school he came from. Bob, he didn't go no Power Five at first. You know, y'all, I got to go Power Five. That man, then, let me see. Hold up. What's it? Florida? Y'all, somebody already put it up there. Men's basketball. Watch this. Hold up, y'all. That boy went, I forgot the name of the college. I had it, but I ain't got it. I can't remember everything, man. Let me see if somebody done told me. The man went to Iona with Rick Pitino. Iona's not a powerhouse, y'all. I think Lil Rob had 40 on Iona. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? If I told one of these little half of basketball players running around there in Texas right now, man, let's go to Iona. Man, I ain't going to Iona. Did y'all hear what I just said? Y'all be getting selective amnesia around here. Nobody wanted him, y'all. No, I'm telling you, nobody wanted the boy out of high school. And y'all around here whining, man, hold on, what's your favorite word? Just transport portals and stopping my poor little baby from getting. Keep getting better. Keep it better. Janai Broom, yes, Morehead State. Absolutely. But these people, I want to go here. I gotta go here. I'm too power five for y'all, man. Oh, yeah. I like that thing. They sleeping on me. Y'all, hold on. Let me keep telling y'all. Y'all, this comparison game, in this comparison game, you can't win it. You simply can't win it, especially with social media. See, oh, the mid majors do is give you the people respect you enough and give you a chance to shine and work with you. Bruce Pearl and them ain't trying to work with you. Rick Barnes ain't trying. He went and got Chaz. What the boy Chaz Lanier went and got him from some, plucked him from somewhere. Your athlete isn't built the same way as other athletes, parents. Your athlete ceiling is different from the other athlete, parents. Stop comparing them or letting other people compare them to any other athlete. Hey, y'all, I forgot to tell y'all too. Eric, Gilbert Arenas' son can play. Y'all can talk all that old NBA this and no, these people so fancy out here. They got canned water, but yeah, Florida, Elijah Martin. He played the Final Four with FAU. Didn't nobody want him at FAU. Also, the other kid, the kid that plays with Rick at Arkansas. Them dudes that beat Memphis. Memphis should have been in that Final Four. Kendrick Davis turned that ball over. And the big white kid, Golden. All of them was on that team. Now they playing for Power Five. Not only is comparison a thief of joy, it's the thief of dreams. I played against Sheldon in high school. I got the best of Sheldon. That don't mean you Sheldon. That don't mean you know, I'm just watching this stuff, y'all. While you can't completely remove, especially your teenagers, from a world of social media, you can speak the truth to them as often as possible. Thank you, Johnny L. Davis. Thank you. Better yet, keep them kids busy in the gym, and they won't have as much time to be busy on their phones. You got me? What's up, Jim?
What's going down? What's going down? What I missed today? Go Cougars,
Man,
baby.
I'm just, man, I had to get my grassroots state of the union. Jimmy, I got so many,
Oh
Jimmy,
yeah, what did happen this time? What did
Jimmy, I
happen
got
this
some
time?
tech. Now I'm out of town, right?
Yeah.
I'm out here. When you see me all in this kind of surroundings like this, hold on, hold on. I'm out of town. So I get one call, right? Let me get my text. Let me get my text. See,
Oh, this gonna be some
see,
fun
all
stuff.
your friends, and Jimmy, they get mad at me because of tweets. I get texts from people. All I do, Jimmy, is come on here and tell her information that somebody had. Me and you, we ain't even had a chance to discuss it because I know that's your boy. But we come on here and discuss stuff that somebody else and mother get mad. People get mad at me because of what somebody else want to discuss on my show. And tell me what not to discuss on this show. And say your mama to me on the show. And you think I'm not gonna cuss their ass out? You got to be at your rabbit ass mind. So let me get back to this. This dude text me, one parent, one person, trying to find her. And I said, man, I ain't gonna, if Jimmy don't come on, I ain't gonna talk about this shit. Had her, We plan an event this summer. No AC. The flows are heavy condensation from the humidity. They canceled games and didn't notify the team. This stuff, this SHIT is a SHIT show. And didn't even refund the people that came to the game and they canceled the game and didn't even refund the people their money back who came to the game and the game. Okay, that's one. I ain't gonna give you but two. These people calling me, I'm not in Houston. Hold up. Man, I was in another city and I drove back home in the gym. This a whole different person. Was hot and the floors were sipping. This AAU stuff is messy. So I said, what do you mean? People's behavior, gossiping, and talking negative about players on opposing teams. The parents and the organizations have no class at all. A lot of bottom feeders who see their children as lottery tickets. And Jimmy, I was not going to bring it up because guess what? I done told their ass what to do. I said, well, why y'all keep supporting these same people in these same organizations, in these same programs? Why y'all even let the kids play on these teams? Why y'all telling? Why? Why y'all? Hold up. Why y'all calling me? Y'all get mad at me when I say we need to burn it down. Man, mama talking about that. Y'all keep forgetting I was a part of this community also. I had a team in it also. There you might say, I never ran my team the way y'all run them. Even the tournament we had was the best. One of the best hold up. My tournament was so good, people didn't even know. I had two mammoths in there about to fight, Jimmy, in my concession stand. Talking about their sons and my son. No. So guess what? I did put both of them on there. Both of y'all get out here. I'm gonna put somebody else in there. Then both of them get mad at me. Then one of them tell you. So now you're gonna know who it is. Then one of them tell you, if you ever catch me on that team again, you put your feet in my ass. But the mammoths and the people can't get a hot dog because the mammoths argue. And Jimmy, I done spent all this time, Jimmy, the concessions was ours, Jimmy. So I'm the one bought all the concessions. I'm the one spent invested in this, not their ass. And they in there arguing and can't nobody buy nothing. So don't tell me I haven't been in this thing. I had a player in this thing, a pretty good player in this thing. So I just did everything in summer basketball. But I just wouldn't allow it to be ran like these people running this stuff in the ground like this. But I just wanted to give you that and you know. So all the people who talking about, well, he ain't, boy, yeah, I have. Know your history when you're talking about me. I got a whole lot of it. What you got, Jim?
Oh, I'm one. Ironically, the event. I'm assuming the event with the air game, and that was the day that I actually went out and got there in the midst of Saturday. This was uh, the Battle of the Burns, and the air conditioner in the building of the Den Sports Complex had appeared to be not working properly, to say the least. So here's the deal on this topic, and I often have got on people's ass for having events, and it's one thing. Here's the deal: it's twofold. As an event operator, now I'm coming from an event operator standpoint,
Okay.
so that way I have a lot of experience on this side of the track. If you think of this stuff, and I always use the term consumers, you people that pay your money to come in, that's no different than you going to a club to pay at the door, a restaurant, or on a concert. It's not much different when you think about yourself as the consumer. You're the patron. So I mean, if something is not right, if the artist, you go to a concert, guess what? If the artist cancel, Lauryn Hill don't perform, then what are you going to do? You're going to ask for a refund or a rebate, right? If something in the air is malfunctioning in the venue facility, what would Live Nation or Ticketmaster or whoever it is, they're probably going to attempt to make some amenities or some what they call concessions to the patrons. And why would they do that? They would do that, that way they can retain or possibly retain your business in good faith in the future. So, at this point, according to the text message that you read, now, from what I understand, uh, I did not go back out on Sunday because I did not want to take the chance of going back out there and under the same conditions. So I come to find saw Archie, and I met with Archie yesterday. He had went out there, and I asked Archie how was the air working on Sunday. So Archie confirmed, yes, the air was working on Sunday. So that means that in all probability there was indeed a malfunctioning, which if you're doing an event, how to it's gonna it's possibly it could happen to anybody.
Absolutely.
Now if you rent a facility and you know that the air is malfunctioning before you rent it, then that's some foul stuff. If you rent a school, I've done it with schools before. I've rented back gates before, and one gym was working with air, one gym wasn't. They try to fix it, either they do or they don't. That's a different thing. Even still, the consumer has not. That is not the consumer's problem.
That's
That's
right.
your problem.
That's right.
That's your problem to solve as an event operator. So what do? You make a choice. You either make a choice to somehow either A, rebate all or some of their money, B, you attempt to give them complimentary admissions to the next couple of events. If it's just one event, then you're holding their money hostage. That's almost like that consumer gave you a loan and you went to use their money and you're going to pay it back the next time you do an event. That ain't an even swap. You know, sometimes you go to the restaurant, how you ever had something, hey man, my bread, it took too long, they ain't bring our order. Know what the manager gonna do? Come out with a gift card sometimes, or free appetizer they'll offer you. You know, that's the least. You know, they can't really give you drinks. They're not supposed to give you drinks not in Texas. Now, New Orleans might be something different, or Las Vegas, but in Texas, not supposed to give you drinks as a concession. So this is what I'm pleading. I plead for more event operators to, and more consumers. No, if both sides, consumers, educate yourselves and understand what you are. And if that's the problem, you take it out there like you would do a restaurant, and you put it out there and let the people know if you got a problem or a grievance. And guess what? If you go on an airplane, Southwest Airlines or Spirit, mess up your bags or your flight, know what your ass gonna do? People go on social media all the time. Man, that was a horrible experience with this airline. I'll never fly them again. They'll tag them. Guess what happened? Somebody gonna tag their ass back and try to calm it and resolve it. Hey, look, hey, and this is how it goes. You are exercising your right as a consumer. I don't understand why so many parents in grassroots basketball often feel so fucking helpless. It don't make sense to me, especially when it directly involves your kids. It involves your families. Some of y'all grandmamas might be in the gym, might don't have an oxygen tank, somebody might then take their asthma. Understand those conditions? If somebody has a puffer and they have a respiratory issue, then guess what? That could be alarming. Safety. Now, like I say, in the defense of this particular instance, the air had to have malfunction and was working. It broke and they couldn't fix it in time. I think so. That's based on my homework into that. So that is it.
Well,
Wasn't this
somebody
guy
just
didn't?
said, oh, hold up. Watch this now. On the feed, it was working when on Sunday. That ish wasn't on Sunday morning. It wasn't working Sunday morning.
According to, remember I said according to Archie, I spoke and I met with Archie yesterday and I asked him, and Archie stated that it was working on Sunday, according to Archie. So
Okay.
Archie Young with Forever Young Film. So I'm saying, I understand. I did not go back out
Okay.
there. I knew, hell, I missed church on Sunday. I had to go. We had a family and what they call it, family and friends day. Hell, I missed that. And then once I missed that, I just told Sandra, hey, look, we ain't going nowhere. We're gonna watch this U of H game. It come on at 1 o'clock. So it don't sense in me going to now. I want to watch. I want to hear the ball bounce on this game right here at the beginning of the tip. So um, this is the thing on that. That's one thing, the air or the heat or whatever the conditions, but it's another thing from the event operator. And you customers retain the right to ask for your money. You're supposed to. Now, what do they do in response to that? That is what should dictate your future dealings. That's what I'm getting at. So if a person ignored, it's like at the restaurant. You ask for hey, look, I don't want this right here. And they tell you, oh no. You ordered that meal, we gotta bill you for it. You're gonna pay for it. And what do you do in your restaurant? Okay. Now, the thing in the restaurant you don't pay till after you eat your meal. But let's say if you had paid in advance, most of you would say, okay, tell you what, you ain't gotta never worry about me coming back here again. Why don't y'all take the same stance? But you don't. And the thing is, and it's not against no one, I'm talking about even against me. Because you guys know, I know, I'm one of the very, very, very few that if a person contacts me, I'm giving you your money back. Because I'm going to eliminate the excuse. I'm basically going to pay you to come back or I'm paying you to go away. And either one is fine by me, but you ain't going to never say I owe you no money. Ever. There's not a person out there that can say that. So I'm different. I understand that because of the prospect of, I understand and I hope that a consumer would say, you know what, man, that guy didn't have to do that. If that was somebody else, they wouldn't have did that. So, but everybody ain't me. Now, that's if there's a fault on my end. Now, once again, not everybody asks for rebound because you came to a game late and you got this right there. That's on you. Now, I'm talking about if there's a situation, a rim. Hell, we had an event out at the Icebreaker where a rim broke last month. Guess what? We make amendments. You make with the schedule. We didn't have to count. We had to cancel one game. One game got canceled. And the people understood. One guy, the coach, didn't really understand. I said, and I explained to him. And as a consumer, I get it. But we had to cancel this one game in order to make everything else. People from out of town don't have to wait here to 6 o'clock to push these games down. We got what you want to do. We can give you some of your money back. We can give, you already played one game already. So on that particular day. But anyway, man, that's the thing on that. It's people.
Okay.
Um,
I'm
and
done
I'm
with it.
learning it's kind of like a Donald Trump-ish thing. People gonna support who they are told to support, and that's to a fault. But I thought that the event was had the makings to be a great breath of fresh air because of some of the matchups that could have taken place that took place and there was a few teams from Dallas that came down that and that's good, and I understand like a lot of teams, if you play in their event then they'll come and play in your event. That's the old school way. Think way back when you was with the franchise all stars, you would go to Dallas and play in Tony Johnson's event. He would
I
come
used
and
to
bring his Dallas Mustangs
the
down
Tony
to
Fair.
the fall. That was those type of barters. That's what you call a barter or an exchange. Is often in grassroots for those that have programs. And that if some of you guys that are watching, some of you younger guys, if you're wanting, and especially the ones that do events, then you have the leverage if you have teams. I come to yours, you come to mine. I send you 3 teams, send me 3 teams. And that way now, regardless of age, you're doing support. Send me 2 teams, I'll send you 2 teams. Do whatever. So with in this situation, you know,
I mean,
I'm just curious. I'm just curious to know the result. So you see, you didn't get a refund. Did you send an email to the event
see, I don't
operator?
care about all that. I'm just saying I wasn't gonna bring it up until you came on, and because it just I'm just getting tired of people telling me about it. Because then when I mention it, people get mad at me. I said, but I don't care. But but it's just I'm sick of fighting y'all battles. And then when I'm out here on the limb fighting y'all battles and y'all ain't fighting mine, y'all just let it. You just roll off here. Well, that's what
Well,
it kind of.
they would say, "Well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't my issue. I wish to, and that's what they do. So I've been through it. So that way now you guys see, you don't expect my output to be greater than your input in that, and none of this stuff. So that's the
Ain't nobody called and told me nothing about the quality of basketball. Nobody called me not one time and told me nothing about the quality of basketball. What player was good? Everybody texted me talking about, and I didn't even know an event was going on. Personally, man, I got out of there on Thursday and ain't looked back. But my phone, come Sunday, I said, "What the hell is happening in Houston?" Uh, Wait a
so
minute, hold
that's
on. See, he said Kuz Elite 16 versus somebody was gonna be good, but Skip forfeit the game 5 minutes because the floor was like ice rink. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
yeah. I talked to Ray Faustin after the game. After that, I got there right after that it happened when I arrived, and he's and it wasn't just their game. The game after that, the team walked off the floor. Game was
Yeah,
canceled or
man, I
whatever.
would play this.
They tried,
Man, come
and
on, man.
it was a building wide situation because of the air malfunctioning. But some courts obviously were affected at a harder rate than others, and you know one of the things, man. As an event operator, man, you got to make decisions. One of them, that's what do you do? How you solve the problem eventually will determine and dwell on whether people's experience or that is determined derived as being a good experience or not. How you solve the problem. So I had somebody call me, ask me, hey man, about one of the other locations. Hey man, what time of the game? Or the game's running behind or on this? Or you going? Can you move? Can you let the refs know? Say, hold on, man. It's not my event. What the hell you think it's my? Somebody text me. It's like Dawson High
Just,
School is going to be. I'm like, oh, buddy, this is not my event. Do you understand that? It's not my event.
but Jimmy,
I don't.
hey, you can't say that. I remember one day I'm at your event one time, a dude gonna come up and tell me, "Man, y'all need to do something about these refs." I said, "Y'all, what the hell?" Yo, I said, "This ain't my event." I said, "You see a dude over there in that hat? Go over there and tell him what you just told me, and see where that gets you."
I gave him a solution about this. Man, I've given enough solutions to where it's point where it's like, you know what,
No, I ain't
man?
talking about that. I'm talking about somebody even they confusing you. Just like they confuse me. Like, man, listen, no, I'm not an event operator. But he just said he looked at me straight in my eye. Man, y'all need to do. I said, wow, okay, y'all need to do something. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Man, you got a bad ref. You think you have a bad ref? Then take a picture of him. I've said it 100 times. Take a photo of the referee, and that way now because you guys, it's like they bundle the refs into one big bundle. They all name the ref. They all
Absolutely.
first and last name is referee. Take a picture of the ref. You got everybody has cell phones. That way now we know what game you're talking about. We know the referee you're talking about. That way now if there's another situation, you go into another tournament that's locally, you retain the right as a consumer. Just don't, and you give it to your coach, and you let your coach send it in to the event operator. In our games, just make sure this ref is not officiating our games. That's all you got to do. If you do it in a timely manner, every event operator is gonna say, okay. He gonna send it to his referee guy, say, just don't give this guy to this team. If your dollars mean that much to the event operator. If they don't, then guess what? They're telling you how they feel about you.
Jimmy, I wish I had this information a long time ago in high school basketball, because I didn't know that I could tell my college, my high school coach, my son coach, hey man, every time this dude referee the game, please don't let this dude. But
You
I didn't know I
can,
had
even
that
in high
power.
school.
I know I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I
You know it
had.
now, don't you? You know it
I know
now?
it now, but a lot of
Yes.
parents didn't know it.
They got the power. All they gotta do is freaking just do it.
I
Just
did not,
listen.
but
I think I, I
I
think
just
so
didn't
many
know it.
people I don't know what it is
Mhm.
that especially a lot of the advice and the possible solutions that are
Mhm.
extended from
On
this
this show,
platform.
unbelievable.
Don't get it twisted. Some of you guys, a lot of you guys have tried it just out of just let me try to see if this shit work. And you come back and then we get, hey man, that's good looking out. I ain't know it go. Okay, you others, why don't you just try it just for the hell of it? Try it just to prove me wrong. Because I'm telling you something I can guarantee you that works 90% of the time if you apply it.
Jimmy,
90% is good
hold
odds.
on, Jimmy. They know it worked. They just ain't gonna let you know. Come back and tell you that you got that
Oh,
information. Yeah. Jimmy, you got to realize we got guys right now watching this show that we don't even know they watch. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, they know everything that been said on this. And then they'll go tell somebody else, man, you still watch the Chop Shop. Go ask somebody else. Say, yeah, I watch it all the time. But his ass watching it every single day. But we gonna find, he probably on a alias name somewhere, Jimmy. But somebody said they forgot to mention, Jimmy, see, they forgot to mention there was a big brawl that happened at Pearland last
when?
night during the middle school game.
Last night or
Yeah.
yesterday? They went all the way to the night?
Well, I mean, yesterday. Yeah.
At which school?
They said Pearland at Pearland last night. At
Is that the
Pearland.
same tournament? Is that the
Huh?
same tournament?
Yeah. It's just
No, because
the same
understand.
guy who told me about this tournament. Wait a minute,
Okay,
is
I'm just
this
asking now. I do know for sure that the Battle of the Brands had Dawson and two middle schools in that district at first. And I know for a fact that that when on Saturday, I know for a fact, and the other stuff I can tell you I heard, like the stuff with Archie, I know for a fact
he
that they
said, yeah, it's the
called
same tournament.
they called to try to get Pearland High School and they were told no on Saturday because they wanted to move some of the games
At
over there.
Dawson. No, Jimmy, it was at Dawson
There we
in
go. See what
Pearland.
I'm saying?
Hold
Again,
on,
there go that.
no. But he said Pearland last night in Pear, but he didn't understand.
Yes,
Dawson is
yes.
in Pearland. Okay,
There we go. Now,
okay,
now,
I
now. That's
got
what I wanted to make sure. There's a
you. Okay,
different tournament supposed to be going on at Pearland,
Mm.
supposedly.
Oh,
That's
okay.
different with high school. So I wanted to make sure. So wow, they had a brawl. What happened?
He didn't say he didn't get. I guess he's still right. You know how you can see he's still
Well,
right.
one thing when you have high school facilities,
Hmm.
public high school facility, public school facilities, they are supposed to supply at least two officers, at least two uniform, not real police officers are supposed to be on duty at public high schools when they are rented in Texas. Those are taxpayer dollars. When you got, in the way it goes, if you're charging at the door, then that is the prerequisite for how many security officers you're supposed to have. Generally, they would go maybe one per 100 people, but they can't work. They got to work in twos. So anything over 200 people, normally then it escalates up. But I'm just giving you guys like how this stuff's supposed to go. So
And
my
Jimmy, they
point
said,
is,
let me help
again,
you
is
a little more information. They said a parent and a coach was throwing blows. Yeah. Yeah.
then anybody go? Was it any ambulance
Um,
call for
well,
anybody?
he listening. He probably going
Then I'm just
it,
saying that hopefully it wasn't. Hopefully it wasn't. But if no ambulance was called, then but the parent. That's the thing, man. We got. I think, Alex,
mm,
most of the fights that we are seeing now is involving a parent or a coach.
mm.
Do any of y'all know if y'all kids can fight or not? Most of y'all must don't think your kids can fight at all because you won't even let them get a chance to swing or fight, or you're not even teaching
Maybe
etiquette.
the argument wasn't with the kids. You got to understand these
No, I'm
parents.
just talking about in general.
Oh,
I'm just talking
okay.
about in general. I'm just talking about not that I wasn't there. I can't speak on that. I'm just talking about, but it's like just different things you see. Some things a kid can solve, but then the kids aren't taught fight etiquette. Like that used to be kind of etiquette, and I get it. Like fight etiquette is like, for example, if we fist fight and we fist to fight, then I'm not supposed to pick up. You're not supposed to pick up nothing as a weapon to be used as a weapon unless you're being double teamed or you're being jumped on or somebody's supplying an unfair advantage. Back when I was younger, that was fight etiquette. It really was in the streets, and
Y'all wasn't fighting
no
then.
parent.
Y'all wasn't
Yeah,
fighting then.
no. I mean, okay. Back then, I'll give you an example. If you got me in the headlock and I can't breathe no more, and I tap out, all right, man, you win. You win. The fight
That
would be
wasn't
over
no
with.
fight.
Yeah, on a
That was him
basketball
holding
game. I
you in
mean,
a
y'all don't know
headlock.
each other. Something. Yeah, yeah. I've seen. Or you on top, and motherfucker say you win. Because that guy on top, look, that guy on top had it with his knees on your arm, got you pinned down. He
Jimmy,
ain't
that
trying to
wasn't no
kill you.
fight. Y'all
Everybody,
would play wrestling. Cause I ain't letting you go. I'm whooping your ass. I'm not. I know,
got it,
man.
got it. You on the concrete at the basketball court, you on top of the guy. Okay, after that over with, you ain't gonna get his head and slam on the concrete to kill him. You're not fighting him to kill him. It wasn't fight to the death. Now it's fight to deaths almost. It's like if you lose, I'm gonna go get myself out the car. I'm gonna kill this mother. It ain't like it wasn't. That's fight etiquette. That's why people say I wish people use a hand. Then secondly, here's the golden rule. If a dude is out of your weight class, then you don't need to. Then it's a quick. You got to make a decision. That's another thing. You go pick up a weapon there. If you're fighting a guy and he's outside of your weight class, I need some help. Yeah,
So
I'm going to
Jimmy,
get that.
so
I'm going to get
hold
that
up,
limb.
Jimmy. So you telling me look, my boy, I don't know how much I used to weigh. I'm weighing about might be 160. Well, I mean, I'm 180. And a dude throw an elbow at me, and I said, "Hey, player, watch that elbow." Then he said, "Well, they don't try to steal my ball." And he bigger than me, about 6'5", 6'4". Jimmy, I'm not finna let him out no headlock. I got that fold up chair, iron fold up chair, and went to work. Let me tell you something. I ain't never wanted to play basketball
Yeah, you
since.
talking about grown. You see, you talking about grown. You talking about
Yeah,
grown.
I
I'm
was
talking about.
grown up. I was grown up.
You talking about a
But
grown
Jimmy,
fight is
I
different,
would
huh?
have did the same thing as a little boy.
At the kid, at the kid, when you were a teenager, early teens, when it got to that
You didn't
point,
go to camp,
everybody
Jim.
gonna say, "All right, all your them dudes gonna be your friends, them dudes gonna be my friends." At some point, the friends gonna look at each other. Hey man, like a ring, like a corner trainer, and they gonna throw it in. Hey man, we good.
Jim, Jim,
Let's break
Jimmy,
now.
you
Now
had a
both
great
start to break.
neighborhood. You had a great neighborhood.
Oh shit,
That
wasn't a
don't
great
happen in
neighborhood.
South Memphis, baby.
That's just how fights was.
No, no.
That's
No.
how fight, and that's
There
all
were
the
no
time.
fights. There wasn't fights.
We
There was
know
just
we
there were
now
disagreements.
that's what started. But it wasn't no. It's like I'm talking about those type of fights when did nobody have no pages, no beepers, or no. That was way we was in high school, middle school. I'm talking about those, especially those middle school fights. But in those fights,
Hold
people
up, Jim.
know. Hey man, Hal and Jimmy gonna fight at 3:15 over in the trail. Everybody gonna say going through the hall. Hey man, y'all know Hal and Jimmy gonna fight at 3:15 in the trail. So people gonna be in the trail waiting. You gonna come get in
What
on.
kind of school did you go to? You got you went to what kind of school you go to?
Dude, dude,
No,
that was how it went down.
no,
Oh,
not even no, no. I ain't never heard no fight like that before.
yes. People had time. People with time to fight. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get your ass after school. I bet they can pick a spot. Where you gonna do it at? We're gonna do it in Green Hill for people that went to Terrell Middle School. We're gonna fight in Green Hill. If you went to the different places, people knew where to go fight. We'll fight in the back of the vacant lot over there. No, by Miss Thelma house on 2 streets over. Meet there. That way, people knew that. That's how it went
Boy,
down.
I like your neighborhood. I like your neighborhood. It's all right. It's okay. I like it. I like it. Uh, but somebody said no ambulance were called, but the Pearland Police Department had a heavy presence afterwards.
Yeah, they had to. A lot of those people, a lot of those police officers, we just got event operators. They come there and as though uh, first of all, a lot of those officers doesn't know a lot of the people. That's why I'm glad a lot of my officers sometimes I try to retain them and
The
they
same
know
one.
who some
Yeah.
of them. They know certain people just kind of off their rockers. Then they're not gonna, Then some people they don't know you. Then their fuse may be shorter. But then some of them don't know you. Their presence can eliminate certain altercations if it's detected and relayed. Because I mean, like for example, the scorekeeper. I've gotten better at letting my scorekeepers know. If there's something is going on, text the event operator. Text the event operator to come to court so and so immediately. Or a certain other code. If you put number 3, that means come to court 3. Put number 4, you come to court 4. And that way now it buys you time. You can see it coming. He comes, he can feel it. You're not texting him unless it's a problem. And he can come, then he gonna text. If he see a problem, he's gonna text the officer. Court number 4, court 3, court 2. That's a system that we use. And that way nobody has to say nothing to nobody to uplift or enhance any type of situation. But that system sometimes works more times than not. There's still somebody want to fight out. You ain't gonna stop them. You ain't gonna stop them. But sometimes you can smell some fights. If you're
Yeah.
paying attention in the
You can
game,
see it.
you
You
can
can see
smell
it.
it a mile away.
You can see it.
And a lot of times it's often because of reaction. It's either two things: a reaction that some parent got that they felt that the referee was against them or their teams. Number 2, because a parent felt that their baby wasn't playing enough minutes. One of the two. And boy, that's where it gets on at. So
That was interesting. That was interesting, man. Doug them talking crazy, man. Doug
what they
talking
say?
about you taking bets at the game or something like that. He said, "No, you were in them kerfuffles. That's not
What's that?
fights, kerfuffles." But no, man, that was I just hope it gets better. I just hope it get better. I just hope it get better. That's why I keep telling y'all to share this show. So some parents, I know some of y'all, man, man, to you, Jimmy got to me. Dude went to a partner of mine that he didn't know was a real partner saying, "Man, you still watch the Chop Shop?" Oh, Jimmy, I had to do be on there arguing. He said this recently. I said, "Wow, this nigga, Jimmy." Jimmy, I mean, people just ain't nothing, man. I'm just telling y'all. I don't know why
That,
I treat y'all the way I treat y'all so good. Cause some of y'all ain't worth 4 head flies. I'm just telling you. Some of y'all not worth it, baby.
that's crazy.
Huh?
Um, because on the sample size of if you say this recently, on the sample size of let's say
And watch it,
80,
Jimmy, and watch the show every day secretly.
80 something days into 2025, right?
Yeah.
There's never been an 80-day span of any period of the Chop Shop going back to 2016 that there's been less arguing than the last 80 days.
Jimmy, we know he a hater. You don't. I didn't even tell you to explain.
Oh, that's a fact. There's
You.
never been an 80-day span of less.
But Jimmy,
Remember, Claude and Ray's Claude and Ray is
They
what
don't even
helped
talk about that no
personify.
more.
They helped personify the Chop Shop. That's what you guys wanted. It was good because it
Jim.
was either preceded or often preceded by some good facts and some good dialogue. Then you get there and it's like, oh yeah, that's what you guys wanted. Remember,
I ain't thinking about it. But Jimmy, hold up. You wasn't on the show. I got to put this back up here because this should be feel good to you. And maybe you've had this happen, but when I see this, I'll cover me up. When I see that poster been going out by the NCAA, having a kid that came up in this basketball community as one of the marquee players in this Final Four, is the marquee player at the Final Four. It's a kid that you've been covering for a long time. I met him in the 10th grade. And because a friend of mine said, man, go look after my man's son for me. I'll never forget the call and who it was from. And from that day forward, I've been following this young man and supporting him. And Jimmy, and I'm gonna tell you why it's so close to me. I've been on one home visit for a player other than my son in my life. One. I've been asked a million times, but I participated in the home visit in the recruiting of LJ Cry. It was an eye-opening experience. It's a great experience, but I never did that again, and I'll never want to do it again for nobody else's son because that's an awesome responsibility. Because those coaches who didn't get him and was there, Jimmy, I know they was looking at me like I was, they probably called and told you. They was looking at me like I had something, but I was there. I had I was there. The first time I ever did it, and the last time I'm gonna do it. So don't ask me to come to your son. But what happened in that? The mom and the dad learned a whole lot of the coach about coaching, because some of the coaches said because I got there late intentionally, Jimmy, and the coaches changed their tune when I walked in the building. So, I'm just so proud of this young man being able to be one of the marquee players with those other guys on that, man. It just I don't know how you feel about it, but a guy that came up under your watch in summer basketball that you've been covering a long time, and I don't know if this can happen again in the Final Four. With the last time this happened, is that our player was the marquee guy like this. You probably know. I don't know, but I think it's a great testament to young Mr. Cryer.
I mean, it's absolutely this. Uh, LJ is at his second Final Four
Hmm.
with two different teams.
Hmm.
He was a freshman at Baylor
Hmm.
and did not touch the court. That was a red shirt year, I think, at Baylor his
Not when
freshman
no
year.
red shirt. Wait, he didn't red
That
shirt.
wasn't a red, that wasn't a red shirt then.
No, he had the
Wow.
COVID year. He didn't use but the COVID year.
So, and he didn't touch the court for
Hmm.
many of those games playing behind that backcourt that led Baylor to a national championship,
Hmm.
for which they ironically beat University of Houston in the semifinals.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
was there. I was in
Okay.
Indiana. I was at the game,
Hmm.
and now he's at University of Houston. Has been the leading scorer this season, and you guys are paying attention to the numbers. If I'm not mistaken, I have it in front of me, but I think the leading scorer at U of H might be 15 points at the most.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of points per game. Some of you guys at a point, you don't need that when you're winning. When you're winning, other stuff is going to factor in.
Jimmy, these other guys on these other teams are not averaging a lot either.
You know,
19, 18. They not averaging that much either. Super
what's the
flag. No.
leading at U of H? U of
Huh?
H they might have about four leading in double digits, but the leading scorer is what? I know it's LJ. How much
Yeah.
does he have?
He about 15, something like that. 15.
Tops. So that's the bell curve is tops out. So that means averaging 15 points a game at U of H is equivalent to averaging 20, or 25 at some other program. You're going to get your accolades because there's a sample size that's large enough that has proven to some NBA brass that if you are guard and you played up under this system, then the chances now has been elevated that you can probably easily translate over into the NBA. Think about it. And this is what they look at. Well, hell, man, if we touch this guy, it's like some workout guys. Back in the days, you had workout guy. People say if it was big in Houston, a big teenager, man, go get with Keith White. They felt like Keith White had some type of magic wand. He would hit you with, and you would be a 5-star. Well, some people are going to feel that the guards under
They
U of
come out of
H,
this city. Yeah. Come.
that now you play for Kevin Sampson, then you have been, that's almost like a whole nother year you've advanced of
Watch
understanding
this,
the
Jimmy.
system.
Watch this. Walter Clayton, who's gonna be a lottery pick, he averaged 18. That ain't but almost 3 or 4 points
That's
ahead of.
yeah. That's
He's gonna be a
one base
lottery pick
point.
now.
Yeah.
No, I'm just letting you know. He's gonna be a lottery pick, and he ain't averaging but 18 points a game.
And so this U of H thing,
And
I don't
Doug,
know how
that's
much,
good. He said, "What?
but I did you know? Well, I remind you guys,
Mhm.
Houston and Duke has played each other in November. It wasn't an official game. It was a
Yeah,
scrimmage game.
yeah.
And I don't give a damn if the clock is on or the clock is off. I don't give a damn if there's is official box score ticking or not. If I'm going against you, I'm going against you. In that scrimmage, U of H whooped Duke's ass.
Yeah."
Duke even knew it.
But Duke has a different team now, and U of H
I
is a different
understand that.
team now.
So psychologically, Duke has incentive now. That's on their side. They can't wait to get another piece of U of H because U of H out muscled them, they out toughed them, and Duke. Understand? Cooper Flag. Got to realize, Cooper Flag had them.
Was 17 years old when they played.
We talking about a kid. Do y'all realize Cooper Flag ain't never played a sneaker 17U game? He played his age group. He played 16.
Coach, if you good, you good.
And he come and months later, he reclassed up. All you mofos out there thinking about want to get another, that's what it does. He did not go and play 17s. He played 15s when he was 15. He played 16s when he was 16. Then he said, you know what? The hell with school. I'm going to get this bag from Duke. Just like I done win the lottery already. So the money that not the same money. It possibly though with Cooper, but it's going to be close. The money he going to get he don't get that much, but he getting good money. He living good.
Oh, Jimmy, that
And
was 2 years ago, Jimmy. He said they scrimmaged Ole Miss this year. That was 2 years ago. They scrimmaged
that was
Duke.
2 years ago.
Yeah. But Jimmy, you saying that do you know who was very instrumental that a lot of people don't talk about and he don't brag about it in Cooper Flag's development? Do you know who? That's why he was always in the gym, Jimmy. Him and his brother. Do you know who the guy is? You remember the white mamba? What's the kid name? Brian Scalabrine. He's from up in that area. That's who introduced Cooper Flag to the world. That he said, get what he told Cooper. Man, I done did all I can for you. Now told his mama, daddy, now we need to go somewhere else and put y'all in somebody else's hands. How many people do that? But Brian Scalabrine got his own life. He ain't trying to impart on this guy's life. But Jimmy, I got to get out of here because I got to get to the airport, ladies and gentlemen, so I can get home. I'm gonna let you finish it out.
No, how you gonna finish it out? We got to go. We got to
No, no,
close
no. I'm
every
gonna
way
let
we
you.
can.
You just take them off.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
you,
We don't. But
yeah.
wanted to remind you guys that I think most of all of the teams in the Final Four, I think only maybe 3 or 4 freshmen are playing. These are old guys. Remember we were saying your kids are trying to get these scholarships to deal against these people. We'll talk about that a lot more. This is an awesome story. The University of Houston, San Antonio. You guys looking for tickets? This is a scalper's dream right now. I'm telling you. These are 4 good fan bases, and Houston making it don't really travel well, but they will travel to San Antonio very deep, very deep. Many people consider U of H a half commuter school in Houston, yeah, but they roll deep, and being a member of the Big 12 now has given a certain type of swag, and then also, Haller, it's so fitting that one of their prized recruits coming in, he is the darling of San Antonio. That's Kingston Fleming. Coach Sampson gets to play their last game of the season. Think about this. Kingston Fleming got to play the last game of his high school career in Houston, and Kevin Sampson and U of H get to play the last game of their career, of their season in San Antonio. Fitting so many ways. I give you guys more events and stuff on tomorrow. Short week for me. Of course, I'm going to be traveling on Thursday down in San Antonio, getting ready for stuff. Man, it's just so much going on this week, man. Got to give it to you. The Guy V. Lewis Awards is tomorrow in Houston. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Remind you of the 10 finalists. All 10 finalists with their families will be confirmed to be present. And it's this where they annually announce the recipient of the Guy V. Lewis Award. That's tomorrow. It's April the 1st. Other than that, man, we got to get up out of here. You got to get to the airport. We'll see you guys on tomorrow. We'll tell you, I'll give you some dirt tomorrow on some high school gigs and how they're shaping up. And boy, you guys probably not going to believe who's about to get a job. And we'll tell you about that and a lot more on the Chop Shop.
We out.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.